Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb to the Akim. Yahweh Shemal Thimba Shem Yahweh Shah to the Akwathium. It's preaching officer Yahshala back to reporting to boots on the ground. Let's get right into it, Israel. Man sentenced to 20 years in prison for dousing woman in gasoline and lighting her on fire. Columbia, South Carolina. The fifth solicitor's office reported a man has been convicted after dousing a woman in gasoline and setting her on fire. According to a court document, juror heard testimony that on March 21st, 2022, Kiertrick Maurice Stevenson, 43, left his aunt's house in Blythewood to find a female victim and set her on fire. Stevenson purchased a pitcher and matches from Family Dollar, then continued the search for the victim. Once he found where the victim was, Stevenson then purchased gasoline, poured the fuel into the pitcher, and drove back to the victim's location, witnesses said. Video surveillance caught Stevenson walking up the street, approaching the victim, and immediately doused her with gasoline with the pitcher, then lit several matches as the victim backed away from him, and then threw the last match at her, and she was engulfed in flames. Authorities said the victim was flown by helicopter to Joseph Still Burn Center in Augusta, Georgia, where she spent 45 days mostly in ICU. The victim had to be incubated for weeks due to her injuries. Stevenson was arrested on April 5th, 2022 without incident, said law enforcement. Court officials added he was identified through the credit card purchase at his DMV photo that matched the person. After he was arrested, Stevenson confessed that he was just trying to scare the victim. He was previously convicted of voluntary manslaughter. Stevenson was found guilty of assault and battery and of a high and aggravated nature and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. That's sad that, we're destroyed to the point where a brother was just looking for a random victim, because I don't think he knew the sister. It didn't indicate that he knew they had any prior run-ins with each other. And the way that the article broke it down, he was actually looking for a victim. He knew what he wanted to do. He premeditated it, and he better thank his lucky stars she didn't pass away, because that could have been potential premeditated murder. You understand? And then this happened in South Carolina. That's sad, It's sad that we got to go through situations like this, and this also sheds light on how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians suffer from mental health issues due to drug abuse, alcoholism, molestation, and whatever else you can contribute to it. If there's any developments on this case, I'll keep you updated, but this seems like it's an open and shut case. He's been sentenced. This officer, Yahshala, reporting to you from boots on the ground. Shalom.